learners, our lesson for today is about applications of inverse functions. The learning objectives are: you are going to apply inverse functions in real life and solve problems involving inverse functions. This is the Learning Pocket concept map, and we are going to concentrate only on the applications of inverse functions. In this lesson, you will deal with variety of applications in real life situations involving inverse function. Let us have examples. Number 1. Let f of a is equal to a over 200, where f of a is the number of gallons of paint and a is the area to be painted in square meter. Find the formula for the inverse function represented by f to the negative 1 of a, and interpret and evaluate f of 100 and f to the negative 1 of 100 for the house painting function. Let us have the solution of the first problem. Find the formula for the inverse function. So, first, you have to copy the given function, which is f of a is equal to a over 200. And this is the first solution. You will change f of a into y. So from f of a, it becomes y. And then interchange a and y. So from y, it becomes a. And then from a, it becomes y. And then you cross multiply. 200 times a is 200a. And the denominator of a is 1. So 1 times y is y. And then let's continue. We have here 200a equals y. So all you have to do is to apply the symmetric property of equality. So you start writing y equated to 200a. And then change y into f to the negative 1 of a. So from y, it becomes now f to the negative 1 of a is equal to 200a. Therefore, the formula for f to the negative 1 of a is equal to 200a. Next, for letter B, the solutions given a is equal to 100. So all you have to do is to substitute and then simplify. So f of a is equal to a over 200. So a now is 100. So change a into 100. And then you just reduce 100 over 200. The answer is 1/2. Then for number 2, if a is equal to 100, and you are going to find the inverse of a. So we are going to use the formula derived in a. So we have now f to the negative 1 of 100. Just substitute 100 to a and then simplify, multiply 200 and 100. The answer is 20,000. Therefore, if the area to be painted is 100 square meters, 1/2 gallon of paint would be needed. On the other hand, 100 gallons of paint will cover 20,000 square meters. Do you have questions? If there is none, let's proceed. Example number 2. The relationship between Fahrenheit, represented by F, and Celsius, represented by C, is given by this formula. F for Fahrenheit is equal to 9/5 times C, which is the Celsius, plus 32. What does F to the -1 represent if F is the Fahrenheit temperature? Is it A, F to the -1 of X is equal to Celsius temperature, where the input X is the temperature in Celsius? Or B, F to the -1 of X is equal to Celsius temperature, where the input X is the temperature in Fahrenheit? So what is your answer? And the answer is letter B. F to the -1 of X is equal to the Celsius temperature, where the input is the temperature in Fahrenheit. Because F of X is equal to Fahrenheit temperature, where the input is Celsius temperature. Next. Second question for example number 2. What is F to the -1 if F of X is equal to 9/5X plus 32? So by this time, we just replace C by X. Is it letter A or letter B? All you have to do is to solve first. And this will be the solutions. F of X is equal to 9/5X plus 32. This is the given here. And then change F of X into Y. So from F of X, you will change it to Y. Then transpose 32. You have Y minus 32 is equal to 9/5X. And then multiply by 5/9. Multiply this side by 5/9. And multiply the other side by 5/9 in order to be consistent with the given choices. So, cancel 5, cancel 9 and 9. So what is left here is X. Then you will have 5/9 times the quantity Y minus 32. And then just use the symmetric property of equality. Then you will have X is equal to 5/9 times the quantity Y minus 32. And then interchange X and Y. So you have now Y here. From X, it becomes Y. And then copy 5/9. Then change Y into X. Copy -32. And then change Y into F to the -1 of X to represent the inverse function, equated to 5/9 times the quantity X minus 32. So this is the answer. So what is your choice? It is letter A. So letter A is F to the -1 of X is equal to 5/9 times the quantity X minus 32, where X is the temperature in Fahrenheit. And this formula is the same as the formula for the Celsius. The inverse of Fahrenheit is Celsius. So we can write C is equal to 5/9 times the quantity F minus 32. And then for the third question of example number 2, find F to the -1 of 78. Is it A or is it B? So we will have to solve first. F to the -1 of 78 is equal to 5/9 times the quantity X minus 32. And all you have to do is to substitute 78 to X, then minus 32. Then 78 minus 32, then times 5, then divided by 9. The answer is 25.56 degrees Celsius. So, your answer should be letter A. Therefore, 78 degrees Fahrenheit is just simply equivalent to 25.56 degrees Celsius. Then, let us have example number 3. The formula to convert temperatures from degrees Fahrenheit to degrees Celsius is C is equal to 5 over 9 times the quantity F minus 32. By this time, we have the formula for the Celsius. Letter A, write the inverse function which converts temperatures from degrees Celsius to degrees Fahrenheit, and find the Fahrenheit temperatures that are equal to 27 degrees Celsius and 0 degrees Celsius. Let us have the solutions for letter A. So, copy the given formula. So, multiply both members of the equation by 9. Then, cancel 9 and 9. So, what is left is 5 times the quantity F minus 32, and then 9 times C is 9C. Then divide by 5, divide the other side by 5, so you will have 9 over 5C is equal to F minus 32. And then transpose negative 32, so you will have positive 32 is equal to F. Then you will have F is equal to 9 over 5C plus 32. And then take note, you do not need to interchange the variables because they have different meaning in this problem. Anyway, we have established already the formula for the Fahrenheit in example number 2 using the inverse functions process. And in this problem, the given function is to convert Fahrenheit to Celsius. So, we have here C, which will represent the function. That is 5 over 9 times F minus 32. And then for the inverse function, convert Celsius to Fahrenheit. So, F for Fahrenheit, and this will represent the inverse function, and the formula is F is equal to 9 over 5 C plus 32. For example number 3 is just simply a checking of number 2 example. Let's continue. For letter B, we need to convert 27 degrees Celsius to Fahrenheit. So, F is equal to 9 over 5 C plus 32. All you have to do is to substitute 27 to C. So 9 times 27 is 243 over 5 plus 32. You can simplify by finding the LCD. So 5 divided by 5 is 1 times 243 is 243. 5 divided by 1, which is the denominator of 32, and the answer is 5 times 32 is 160. And 243 plus 160 is equal to 403 over 5, and divide, then you will have 80.6 degrees Fahrenheit. And for number 2, the given is 0 degrees Celsius. Solution, F is equal to 9 over 5C plus 32. Just substitute and then simplify. Substitute 0 to C. So 9 over 5 times 0 is 0 plus 32. Then you will have 32 degrees Fahrenheit. Therefore, the inverse function which convert temperatures from degrees Celsius to degrees Fahrenheit is F is equal to 9 over 5 C plus 32. And for B, 27 degrees Celsius is equivalent to 80.6 degrees Fahrenheit. And 0 degrees Celsius is equal to 32 degrees Fahrenheit. Questions? If there is none, let's proceed. Example number 4. You get a summer job which is selling bicycles. The relationship between the bonus represented by I in Philippine pesos you get and the number of the bicycles you sell, represented by N, is given by I is equal to 15 N plus 20. What does I to the negative 1 represent? Is it A, the number of bicycles you sell when the bonus you get is even, where the input X is the bonus? Or B, the number of bicycles you sell when the bonus is even, where the input is the number of bicycles represented by N? So what is your answer? And the answer is letter A. The number of bicycles you sell when the bonus you get is even, where the input X is the bonus. And since I is equal to 15N plus 20, the input is N, or the number of bicycles. Then, for the inverse function, the input should be the I, or the bonus. Next, second question for example number 4. What is the I to the negative 1 if I of X is equal to 15X plus 20? Is it A or B? So, before you're going to choose your answer, you have to solve first. We have I of X is equal to 15X plus 20. Change I of X into Y. So, from I of X, it becomes Y. Transpose 20. So, you have now Y minus 20 is equal to 15X. Multiply by 1 over 15, both sides 1 over 15 times Y minus 20 is equal to 1 over 15 times 15X. Then, you have to simplify. You can cancel 15 and 15. So what is left here is X. And apply symmetric property of equality. So you start writing with X is equal to 1 over 15 times Y minus 20. Then interchange X and Y. So you will have now Y. So from X, it becomes Y is equal to 1 over 15 times the quantity X minus 20. And then, change Y into I to the negative 1. So from Y, change it to I to the negative 1 of X to represent the inverse function is equal to 1 over 15 times the quantity X minus 20. And the answer is letter B. I to the negative 1 of X is equal to 1 over 15 times the quantity X minus 20. So another problem for example 4, you have find I to the negative of 1 of 1,700. Is it A, 120, B, 112? So let us solve first. So change X into 1,700 minus 20. And 1,700 minus 20 is 1,680 times 1 over 15. Or 1 times 1,680 divided by 15. And the answer is 112. Therefore, the answer is letter B. You should sell 112 bicycles if you want a bonus of 1,700 pesos. Do you have questions? If there is none, then see you next time. Bye!